Hello, people of Earth. Gonna make a sock today. This is sock number 214. It's gonna be a pull tab sock. I'm using rainbow yarn. It's super cute. Aktiv Super Garne rainbow yarn. The pull tab is done like this. You do 10 rows, then you do a mini tab, and then 10 rows. That's supposed to be a 10. Doesn't look like a 10. Then there's no leg for this pull tab sock. It's a short sock, so there's 15 rows for the pre-heel. And if you want to do a no-show sock, you can go as low as 5 rows or even maybe 4 rows. I think what you need to do is just do 5 or under. That's how, and then it depends on how much you want it to no-show. Personally, I hate no-show socks, and these are actually for someone who ordered socks from me. That's right, I'm selling socks, you guys. Oh my goodness. Okay, so, and they didn't want a no-show sock. So I'm doing 15 pre-heel rows. Then I'll do my heel. I'm going to do 57 foot rows. She's got a 9-inch foot. I did do a test, and this put the foot right in between like 8.5 and like 8 3/4. So that should work great. And since this has got a nice pattern, I'm going to try to do the toe on the back of the cylinder, which is super fancy, guys. I'm going to be super extra. All right, so let's get to it. I'm going to start with some waste yarn, get everything knitting. I've got my setup bonnet on. I have a split ring setup bonnet, which I prefer. I know a lot of people don't like them because they complain about needle jams, but I've never really had a problem as long as you get it started before. I think that the trick is to start putting your bonnet on before, while the yarn carrier is back here. That's just my thoughts, but as long as that middle ring goes below the latch, it shouldn't be a problem. I will say, though, that I could never use this on my vintage machine. Every time I tried to use this bonnet on my vintage auto knitter, it jammed every time. I'm going to stop at 3 o'clock. Then I'm going to put in 1 row of my ripcord. Oh, I hope this is long enough. I guess we'll see. So this is just cotton thread. It's Aunt Lydia's number 10. It's like the stuff they crochet doilies out of. I just call it ripcord. Please be long enough. Please be long enough. Please be long enough. Kind of holding it a little tight. All right, I think that's long enough. Great. Great. All right, I'm ready to start my project yarn. So cute. This is I frogged a sock before, and the yarn was cut before, so I'm dealing with a couple of different cones of my rainbow yarn. The first row, I like to get all my ends tucked in there, and then I put my weight in. All right, let's reset my counter. So I'm going to do 10 rows, but the first row I'm not touching it. I'm not even going to hold the yarn at all. Sometimes I'll go around holding it a little tight, not touching nothing, not going to touch nothing. I have found that this helps when you go to hang the hem. All right, so that's my first row. Now I'm going to put on my heel spring, and let's do the rest of the 10 rows. Nine, 10. Okay, so for my mini heel, my mini tab, my pull tab, I have my last 4 heel marks marked in red because I do those 2 at a time. So that's where I'm going to work my heel, just these last 4 needles. Not my heel, my tab. My tab. So only my 4 needles and in between are down. So I'm going to work it just like a heel. What the F is this? I found some royalty-free music to try. Sounds weird. I did not vet the music. Now, be aware that I do a suicide wrap. A suicide wrap is when, instead of wrapping this yarn back behind the needle so there's no holes, I let that yarn sit right in the little armpit of the needle like that, and then watch what happens. It gets the yarn inside the hook, but there's that little guy who is inside the armpit still, and it's going to just push him over the top. So it's kind of like it does an auto wrap. But, you know, it's not completely safe. It is called suicide wrap for a reason, people. But, you know, I like it. If you watch it real careful, it works nicely. But you do have to watch it real careful. And of course, when it drops. When you don't watch it careful and it falls, then there are tears. All right, so that's my last needle. I'm finishing up my tab, so I put those needles down. Let's get the rest of them down. Check those latches, make sure they're open. And I'm gonna reset my counter because we're doing another 10 rows. All right, so we did 10 rows, the pull tab, 10 more rows. We're ready to hang the hem. For this, I gotta take off all the weights. Okay, let's skip this song. Heavens. We need happy, cheerful music. Okay. Let's start by hanging this hem. You can see the first stitch because if you look at your tail and follow the tail down through the bottom row and then up, this right here, this is my first stitch. It's tempting to think that that is the first stitch, but it is not. That's not the first stitch. It's right here. So I'm going to hang this stitch right on my first needle, and then everybody follows suit. See, that first row with no tension on it at all really helps get these stitches onto the needles. we go. All right. I made the sock yesterday and it went great until the end. It's not how it always goes. Grr. I get to the toe, and first off, I forgot to do the toe on the back like I was planning to, because I like it when the pattern breaks on the bottom of the foot. I like to just, it's kind of fun to be a little extra sometimes. A little extra. No basic bitch here. Oh, so I got to the toe and I raised my needles up, and I didn't notice that I had one needle on this side that was behind my halfway mark, and I included that in the toe, and I didn't realize until I got all the way down to my target needles, and I was like, why are these off? Why am I off? Why is my needle off? I thought I had like raised one out of order or out of place or lowered it out of place. Anyway. And it was the very end of the sock. And so I thought, okay, well, I don't want to start the whole thing over. So I tried to tink it back. In fact, I did tink it back. I tinked back all the way to the toe. If you're doing the entire toe, it's actually kind of easy because you can like just rip those stitches off the needles and pop it on like a few rows down because, it'll get there eventually. Okay, this is the part of hanging the hem that always gets me in trouble. Not in trouble, but it's hard. It's hard. I can never find that last stitch. I mean, I can. I always do find it, but that last stitch is tricky. It's a tricky little stitch. It's a tricky little bugger. So here's this stitch, second to last stitch. That one is easy, right? Yeah. Now where is the last stitch? I have one more needle left. Where is it? Well, I have found that if you just pull the ripcord, because the ripcord was knit right before my project yarn. That is it right there. This is the stitch. And if you just tighten everything up a little bit, it kind of becomes apparent. There we go. This is all hung hem. So let's get on with our sock. So my hung hem is done. Let's get all my weight back on. I've got an end hanging out the bottom. I don't want that. In she goes. All right, so I'm going to reset my counter again, and I'm going to knit 15 rows. Actually, I'm going to knit through these hung hem first. I don't usually count this row as part of the 15 rows. So now I'm going to reset my counter. I like to knit through that row first. Okay, so that's all knit through. That's all reset. 15 rows. Let's go. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, 15. Oh, you guys, look how pretty that is. Oh, so cute. All right, let's do a heel. Okay, double checking. My needles are all good. I like to sneak a few rows in without the heel forks. I'm pulling down though inside. Let's get them on now. Let's get them on. And all the other thing, I've been making a couple of no-show socks, and boy, that little flap inside my cylinder, it makes it really difficult to hang those heel forks when you've got a true no-show sock with only like 5 pre-heel rows. I find that you got to sneak some heel rows in before I can even hang those heel forks. This is not a no-show sock though, so. As soon as I see those stitches starting to rise up, and it's always those corner guys, then I raise up my heel forks. Okay, we are not gonna screw this sock up. We are going to make a good sock. We're going to stop on the right number of foot rows. We're going to do the toe on the back side of the cylinder. It's going to be utter perfection. Sometimes, you have to... What just happened? You guys, what just happened? Am I off? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those are all wrapped. I lifted that one. I went across. Why is it off? You guys, did you see me do it off? What did I do? Because this is down. I just raised the needle before my red marks, and that means this needle should be down to be raised already. Can't figure this out. I don't know what I did. It doesn't look like I missed one. They all have a wrap on it. So you see what I'm talking about here? Look. I lifted this last row, the last round, and you can tell because of this little wrap here. That's got a wrap. That's what happens when you lift a needle. You get the original stitch and then this little wrap. Wrapped, 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 wrapped. They're all wrapped. What the hell? What the hell? Bubba? What the hell? I really don't know what I did. So now the question is, do I start over? And I think the answer is yes. Because I can't even see where it went wrong. Jeez. Oh, you guys. Okay, we're going to start this sock over. But I am quite interested to look at the footage to see where exactly I went wrong. Martha, download the footage, Martha. I'd like to make a forensic investigation. All right. Starting over. It did not like that. What was that about? It does not like it when the needles are half up and half down. So, lest you guys think that I never screw up, that is wholly untrue. I screw up a ton. All right, let's frog this guy and start over. Oh. I bet you guys were watching and were like, oh, I know exactly where she screwed this up. It's a mystery to me. This is why we love our slotted yarn carriers, people. I don't have to cut anything. Because if you cut sock yarn, when you cut sock yarn, then the police are dispatched. The yarn police. The yarn police will come to your door and be like, ma'am, we got a report of... all that work down the drain. I really wonder what I did. Ma'am, we got a report that someone cut some sock yarn in this household. I'm sorry, but you're gonna have to come with us. But officer, my yarn carrier isn't slotted. Ma'am, I'm sorry. You're gonna have to take that up with the judge. Now come with me. All right, it's just nice to have that. I just throw this on my floor, but sometimes it's real nice to not have to deal with all the tangles. Because who'd have thunk? You throw it on your floor, it gets tangled. A lot. Where did that one come from? I do not know. All right, let's start this party again. Let's start this party again. So that Martha, you guys, so I've been making socks on TikTok a lot. And this was like a month ago now. I was making a sock and I was putting on the waste yarn. I was like, the sock was done. It was just waste yarn time, right? And like 4 stitches back here, the latches were closed and they all dropped. I didn't know it at the time, of course. I was just like, what the heck happened? What happened? All these stitches dropped. So I like pulled that little voice out and I was like, Martha, get the footage. I'd like to do a forensic investigation, Martha. Get me a cup of coffee. Blah, 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 blah. I was just being ridiculous, you know. I am a ridiculous person sometimes. And so now every now and then, Martha comes out. Martha's boss. All right, everybody's knitting. Everybody's knitting. We had a couple of people misbehaving over here, but now they're all behaving. Let's get our ripcord back in. Oh, I really wonder what I did. I was being so careful. I even like manifested the perfect sock. Maybe it was mad. It was like, haha, we're not going to make a perfect sock. Neener, neener. This is really short ripcord, but it should be fine. Okay. Project yarn once again. So I am selling socks. It's been quite an experience. Oh, I'm not going to touch it. Don't touch it, Amy. Okay, now heel spring. Now the heel spring. 10 rows. 7, 8, 9, 10. Mini tab. Let's do a mini tab. Pull tab. Mini heel. Mini toe. Pull tab. Okay. All my needles that are up should be up are up, and all the needles that should be down are down. I'm going to lift that one. Lift. Lift. Little weight. Little weighty weight. Lift. Okay. Oh no, I still got to increase. I get confused sometimes with these mini tabs. I thought I was done for a second, but no, I'm not done. Suicide wrap for the win. I just love me a good suicide wrap. I love just standing right on the edge of the cliff waiting to just possibly fall off. Oh, the thrill. Okay. All right, that tab is done. Let's reset my counter again. 10 rows. 8, 9, 10. All right. Once more into the breach we go. Oh, so hard to undo this tie. I used to be able to just pull it tight without tying it, and the weight would stay put. But over the years, it does not stay put. But look, guys, tell me what this makes you think of. Ooh, push! Push! Ah, ooh, good job. It's a 3-pounder. Okay, sorry. I'm a weirdo, you guys. I'm a weirdo. Nothing like my machine giving birth. Okay, so back to hanging this hem. Gonna just... You guys get a second go at watching this happen. Should I have just stopped the video and started over? Then you guys would never realize that Amy fucks up too. You guys, I do. I fuck up all the time. All the time. Sometimes it's worth trying to fix. Sometimes you just gotta start over. But in order to fix stuff, you gotta know what went wrong. And I don't know what went wrong. I can't wait to look at the footage, Martha. Get the footage. I like to get that first row just right there, ready to go. It makes it a lot easier. That one looks weird. I hope it's okay. Yeah, I guess it's okay. Gotta get this yarn carrier out of the way. Be sure to hold everything down. These stitches, you know, they like to make a bid for freedom. No, we don't want to be a sock. Free us. Let us escape. No, you will be a sock. Okay. Chill out, Amy. Chill out. This song sounds like it's blue skies, but it's not. Guys, do 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 do. Blue skies, nothing but blue skies. Do do do, blue skies. Do do do. Yeah, it's not going in the same chord progressions, Amy. head sock maker. Here we find Miss Amy laying stitches on needles. Last one. Where is it hiding? There. There it is. We have found it at last. Okay. All right. Take 2 of hanging the hem. It's complete. Let's get my weight in there. Kerchunk. Let's knit through it. Carefully. Purposefully. Okay, reset my counter. 15 rows. Let's do it. The yarn is just as pretty as last time. Look at that, how cute. Oh, it's so pretty. Okay, my pink needle is right there. And my pink needle is right there. Everybody's lifted up properly. Lift. We shall make a good heel. We will lift the needles in order. We won't get weird. Okay, guys, wish me luck. Here we go. The other day I had brownies in the oven. And I set a timer on my phone because I knew I wouldn't hear it in the kitchen, you know, the timer going off on the oven. So I set it on my phone. And I was almost to the heel when the timer went off. So I went down to get the brownies, but they weren't done. They needed, like, they were still jiggly in the middle. Like, they needed, like, 10, 15 more minutes. So I set the timer for 10 minutes. And I was like, I wonder if I can do a heel in 10 minutes. Actually, I wasn't to the heel yet. It was like, by the time I got to the heel, I only had 6 minutes left on the timer. And then I sat there and I was like, okay, I either start the heel and possibly have to go take the brownies out of the oven in the middle of my heel, or I wait for 6 minutes. So I decided I really didn't have any idea how long a heel took. So I was like, okay, here we go. Speed heel. Let's do it. I did the heel in only like 3 minutes. I was trying to be fast, but I was a little surprised it didn't take that long. I should time it more often. How long does it take? Oh my gosh, look at this blue. It's so pretty. We are still on track needle-wise. We are on track. On track. I need to move this guy over. Okay, here's my target needles. I mark my last 4 needles in red because I like to do them 2 at a time. I like me a nice round heel. It looks nice. It looks nice. All right, that is the end of my decreasing. I'm going to lower those down in preparation, but I'm going to get my heel forks all situated so they'll be perfect. I won't have to touch them again. All right, time to decrease. I mean, increase. 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 Suicide wrap. Don't push me off the cliff. So every time I'm going by with the suicide wrap, see, here's my needle. So I'm just watching it like a hawk to make sure the latch does not flip closed before the yarn gets inside. That's the trick. You just watch it like a hawk. you put that needle down until it's sitting in the armpit. See? The arm is like snug right in the little armpit of the needle and the latch. Here it is right here. Right there. It's doing it. The suicide wrap can be scary, but really it's pretty easy. As long as you watch. Okay. All right, let's get this show on the road, Amy. Let's get this show on the road. This yarn. Oh my, OMG, this yarn. So pretty. I went ahead and ordered from Germany, Super Garne website in Germany. And it's so affordable. It's really affordable. Even when you like spread the shipping out between all the yarn. If you buy enough yarn, the shipping is worth it. Of course, you do have to buy a whole shit ton of yarn. Oh darn, I just have to go buy more yarn. What a tragedy. Wrapping it around the neighbor. We don't want any holes. Same thing over here. You guys, I did the heel and I didn't F it up this time. I didn't F it up. Toreador. They're doing opera now. My playlist has opera. Okay. All right, needles go down. Not sure I want opera. I do like opera, but it's a little distracting. Okay. My latches are open. My needles are down. I'm going to reset my counter. Let's check the plan. Why isn't it focusing? There we go. Sorry, I hope that wasn't out of focus for a while. So we're going to do 57 foot rows. 57. And then I'm going to do my toe on the back. Are you focused? Let's make it quiet because this guy likes to be loud. This cam right here is the culprit. I just got one of these magic clips. They're called magic clips. They're like for sewing. And I just pop it right on there. And now she's quiet. She's like a little kitten that purrs. All right, 57 rows. Let's do it. Oh, and I gotta watch my yarn. I've got another cone of this. Have to switch it out soon. Luckily, it's all continuous, so there's no break in the pattern, which is nice. 57, 57, 57. Let's get the counter in the frame. I'm in the 30s. And here comes my yarn. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh, I like switching it in front better, but oh well. I could have stopped, but I didn't. So when I switch yarns, I overlap a couple needles. This is 4 needles. That's probably what I do, 3 or 4. Look, I switch it over to 3. I'm going to hold my old yarn with the tail. I'm going to hold it taut. I need a longer tail for this. And until that needle with the new yarn goes down, I'm going to hold this tight. I'm only going to overlap 2 needles because I want more of a tail to weave in. So that needle is now down. Now I'm going to put on my heel spring. So the tension is all going to be the same throughout this whole area. Nice. Okay, now we're going to weave these ends in, and that way, when I'm done with this sock, I won't have to do nothing. Just trim it. So I like to weave it around about 3-4 needles. Let's go 4. I always like to have it coming inside the cylinder. I'm going to put a little clip on here. I could just hold it with my fingers. That works too. This one I don't have as long a tail, so I'm just going to do that. No, can I do more? I can do a little more. Here comes my husband. What's he doing? Oh, he's talking to my son. Okay. Clipped. So now this is all ready to get knit in. I just like to hold it just ever so little bit. Okay, and now I can take these off. They don't have to stay on anymore. Okay. Nicely done, Amy. And I love that there's no pattern break. So we're at row 40. We're going to 57. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But we're going to do the toe on the back. Ooh, fancy. That's right. We're going to be fancy today. Fancy schmancy. Let's get my clip off. That's got to come off. You can't turn a heel with that on. Okay, and we're going to just double, triple check. Here's my halfway mark. Those are up and those are down. Oh. Something's not down. I didn't lift these guys up enough. How did I miss that? Lift your needles up all the way, guys. Pro tip. Pro tip, guys. Okay, I like to sneak a few rows in before I get my heel forks on. But I am reaching inside and I'm pinching it and I'm pulling. So. I'm crazy, but I'm not that crazy. Let's have a look. Look at this. Ah! It's looking good, and there's our little flappity floop flop. Ooh, it's got a little... I hope I can fix that. What is that? Other than that, it looks pretty good. Okay, let's get my heel forks. Let's turn this toe. I wonder why I got that weird loop. I better not have to start this sock over again. Okay. All right. I'm not used to doing the toe on the back like this. But you know, the more you do something, the better you get. So you just gotta give it a try. Be extra careful. Lifting needles. My biggest problem when I do the toe on the back like this is you'd think it'd be easier because you can see everything better. But I have a hard time telling which needle is up and which is down and like which needle I'm on. It's kind of, sometimes I'll get to my red needles and I'll think that I'm off. When I'm not, it's fine. Because it's just hard to tell sometimes. You got to really get in there and look. You got to get in there and look. Stick your head in there. Lift. Lift, lift, See, like, am I off? Because I just lifted the one next to my red needles. Oh, no, that's not. That is the red needle. Oh, God, thank goodness. I thought I was off. Sometimes I forget which side gets knit first. Like, this is the first pass. I go this way. So these are the first side for the needles to get raised. Sometimes I forget. And I think it's this side that is the first. So anyway, you just gotta be careful. Gotta be careful. All right, we're all good. Let's get these heel forks situated so I don't have to move them again. As I do my increases. Let's lower these guys down. Okay, and again, I'm still doing the suicide wrap, but again, I'm being so careful. Super careful. Especially with it on the back. Oh, shoo. Okay, we can do it. We can do it, guys. We got it. We got it. We're almost halfway. We're halfway done. We can do it. We got this. It's just gravy. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. We can do it. Should play the Rocky theme. Eye of the Tiger. I have been known to do that on occasion. Sometimes you just need a little encouragement. There's nothing wrong with cheering yourself on. We can do it. Woo! Oh, we're almost there. I really don't like doing toes on the back. Can you tell? Oh, it's so panic inducing, but we're there. We're almost there. We can do it. We can do it. Here we go. Oh, and we're almost out of yarn, you guys. Look at this. You think we'll make it? I hope so. It's going to really suck. Okay, so this is my last row. We should make it. We'll be fine. And I'm not going to risk the suicide wrap. I'm going to just wrap this one manually. Go, there you go, behind your little friend. Oh, you guys, this isn't good. I think that's enough to Kitchener with. Frickety doo-dah. That's really short. All right, well, I'll figure that out when it comes time to Kitchener. That's disappointing, though. I don't think I'm going to have enough. Let's get my waist turn on. Gonna have to, like, add some more yarn to my Kitchener. I don't know how I'm going to do that, but I'll figure it out. I'm a smart lady. I can figure stuff out, right? Of course we can. Waist yarn. Ugh, I do wish I had caught that yarn sooner. I could have switched it out like a row early. I'm doing this backwards. Why did I do that for? I'm doing it backwards. Oh, you guys. As you can tell, it's difficult. I never do the toe on that side. Oh, well. However, I better fix this. I better get it knitting the right way, or I'm going to come and sit down to crank and it'll be like clonk. There we go. Now we're knitting the right way. All right, let's look at this sock. Let's have a look. Here's our ripcord. So handy. I hear people use fishing line for that too. I should try it. Maybe when my ripcord's all out. I got plenty. You guys. It looks like I split that yarn a little bit. I'll have to tack it down or try to, I don't know what I'll do. Get some thread maybe? I don't know. We'll figure something out. Oh, she's cute. Look how cute she is. So the reason why I did the toe on the back like that is this is the top of the foot. And now the pattern continues over the top of the foot and it'll tuck itself under and it will break on the bottom. That's right, we're super fancy over here. This sock looks great. The only problem is I only have this much to Kitchener with. Let's measure. That is about 12 inches. I only have 12 inches of yarn to Kitchener. I don't think that's going to be enough. I'll have to rush and join that guy with more yarn. All right, guys, that is the sock for today. She cute. If you want to catch me making socks on TikTok, I'm on there like freaking all the time. And I would love to see you there. I'm going to try not to neglect the YouTube channel, though. I'm going to try harder. I say this every time, though, so we'll see. All right, take care. Love you all. Bye.